All right, round five. We lost Mark in some internet outages, so we've got Shawn here, Mr. Top 8 Ascent Houston, to help out. Thank you for helping out.
I'm Mark's more or less qualified replacement.
No, 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 no. You're better than both of us. Don't say that. All right, cool. So,
Academy Guide?
yeah, matchup today. Raravin's on water. Oh God, I forgot already.
Water
Water
Diana?
Diana, I think. Yes, Water Diana. And then we've got Noel on Fire Merlin. Mostly FTC stuff, so like stuff we've seen already. So let's see how I guess the kind of the reigning queen king does against new decks.
If this is Hasty Messenger into Cremation Ritual. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, is he basically playing no ALC cards, just
pretty
all FTC and
much.
before?
Yeah, I believe there's exercise curses in
Okay.
Noel's deck, but that's like literally it. Everything else is just FTC stuff.
Okay. So he wants the cycle and the Scepter of Lumina.
We've been seeing a lot of people just play Scepter, not do anything, and just like pay 5 banish just to get the draw 2.
Yeah, I think it's I remember when Scepter first came out and it was like fairly topical in like water mirrors to just do that
Mm,
for the extra card.
yeah,
But I'm interested to see how it plays out in water versus fire.
yeah. So what do we got here for Rav's side? We got reposition, freezing round, tithe, another freezing round, backstep, and another reposition. So not too many playables. This feels kind of bad.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering, no attack the Academy Guide, free chip damage.
Yeah,
It's got
I wonder
double
why.
hasty messenger to start.
Yeah, with 2 creative shocks as well. That's wild. Into a resolute.
It looks like he's attempting to take out the Academy Guide.
Yep. So I guess something to note from Noel's side. Yes, it's Fire Merlin, but it's a hybrid. He also runs the Lorraine lineage as well, which is why you see Flame Sweep.
Oh, okay, so he's on the 5 champion deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we lose the Academy Guide. No free level up.
Yeah. Looks like he just wants to cycle off his back steps, probably to find some more playable stuff for his hand.
Yeah.
It was not looking good, and I don't think it's looking any better in particular.
No. I think Chilling Touch here. Yeah. Okay. Desperate times, I guess. And hits a creative shock for the turn.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I wonder about the viability of that because now it just gets eaten by Merlin, right?
Yeah.
So he's not going to get his level 2 level up here
And he
unless he's willing to commit
hits.
his Fracturize.
Yeah, and he hits the Shield Mate too in the banish from memory, so.
Yep, he's gonna take that level.
Mm-hmm. Gonna cycle again. Flame Rune out, draw 1, another hasty. It's not looking good too good so far for the Alk decks. But it could also just be a rough start. I don't think Rav had like the best starting hand.
Yeah, his hand definitely seemed kind of rough. Academy Guide was
Yeah.
his only ally.
Alright, so we're gonna spawn some fracturized cards to represent the sword, I guess, that's now frozen.
All right, so he does force up to 2.
This seems rough. I
Yeah, this
don't
seems
know how
very
you
rough.
I don't know how you play out of this. There's no gun at the moment.
He does have his lineage release to
Yeah.
get himself a gun,
Okay.
but
And I think that, yep,
looks like
this
he'll
he's
do
gonna do
that.
that. Interesting, the shotgun for the AoE.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna try to clear.
So reminder, this is what, 2 damage and then 1 on the gun.
Should be 5 damage, I think, because he made his Diana distant with reposition.
Reposition. Yeah, good call.
Then uses it immediately for the gun to avoid it getting eaten by Merlin.
Yep.
Okay. That puts some damage on the board, gets rid of the hasty. Fortunately, our opponent opened double Creative Shock and has a third hasty, I think, in his hand.
Uh,
Might be in his yeah,
in
it's
the
in his
memory,
memory.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But we did pull out another creative shock off of that creative shock.
Our Merlin definitely seeing all the cycle here and
Yeah.
forces up to 3.
And interesting, that shot was so the shot was against Champ, and then he
Champ and hasty,
splashed.
yeah.
Yeah, he splashed it onto the hasty. So we're just gonna push 3 here. Why not? Get your extra card. There it is.
Ooh, okay.
That's crazy. But nothing to return at the moment. I guess it could be worse from that creative shock.
Yeah. Interesting that
Oof.
he opted to use his fractal instead of just putting one more card down from his hand. But
Eh. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird because you're already untapped. So like, you were getting all those cards back anyway. So
yeah, I think
okay. Yep.
Savage Slash for 7.
I think other than that, seems like you could just probably pass this turn out. I don't think Noel's in any particular danger. What's the memory looking like? It's literally Chilling Touch. Can't even force it to 3.
Yeah, he's got 3 influence.
Yeah.
More or less dead drawing. Kind of rough.
We're just gonna we're just gonna bring out the ghost because why not?
Yeah, put him to 18.
Yep.
So in this case, it actually did kind of matter because if he had one more card to pay for memory cost, such as the untapped Fracturize, he could have just killed
This
him.
fireball. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is not what you want to see from the top of your deck.
Yeah, I think at this point it's just too late. Anything that Rav puts down, as soon as you expose that you have like no response to the fireball, you just like lose.
Yeah, basically.
Oh man. So freezing round goes down. Yeah, you're banishing a card from the memory, but does it even matter? Oh, he's just gonna resolute it so the trigger doesn't even go off.
Yeah, he's not interested in losing any of his cards.
Think we're gonna, yeah, he's just gonna be like, yep, had it anyways, so we'll go to game 2. All right. I will pass you the deck lists, and let's see. Oops. Oh no, that's the right one. I wonder what they're siding in. I'm not exactly sure.
I was gonna say I'm probably good without the Merlin deck list.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
the
trying to find
Diana
Rav's deck
one?
list real quick. Uh, Weirdly enough, Oh, here it is. Took me a second. So Rav's playing 4 Blanche, 4 Resolutes in his sideboard. That's it.
Um, okay. It's
Okay,
an interesting sideboard pick.
so it looks like
Got
3 Umbrals are coming out with a tactical retreat, and then we're putting in all the Blanches.
okay. All the Blanches in is interesting if he's worried about like a huge fireball turn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
I mean,
think Umbral out is pretty good. Like if the idea is that like he wants to kill the Merlin with creeping torments, every other turn the Merlin will trigger that herself, so
yeah.
he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really need to help that along.
Cool. Rav's going first. Hey, at least this hand looks way more playable than round one. This one was this one definitely looks a little better.
Yeah, he opened like a disturbing amount of his, I guess, like combo piece cards,
Yeah.
like the backsteps, the reposition, like basically nothing in his deck that was actually just like playable alone.
Mm-hmm. So Rav actually opted to just pass on 7 on turn 1.
I mean, I think other than like the Frostborn Paladin here, he basically has no plays, right?
Yeah.
So, right, the Merlin's got basically
Oof.
the standard cremation opener.
Yep. So we're just gonna cycle the back step. I'll probably go to 1 here. Maybe. Maybe not. Nope. We're just gonna go Scepter.
He's got a lot of cards that are essentially like giving distant,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Like
Oh,
he's got 4 reposition, 4 backstep,
big fan of Diver
uh,
going down here.
4 tactical retreat.
We've seen a decent amount of Divers being played so far in like the
Oh,
first 4 rounds. Yeah.
yeah, this is really good, I think.
Ooh, banishes a
Forces the
ghost.
Merlin, yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
lose a ghost to Pendragon after he committed his entire hand. I think he should feel good about like the value that his diver got there
Oh,
overall.
100%. Yeah. Just seeing how much, or I guess how much value divers have gotten in the previous rounds against various decks. Like we saw Water Tony play it. Um, I think maybe it feels better than I personally gave it credit for. I think Sea Sprite Diver was my spoiler card too, so like I was kind of mid on it, but now I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh man, okay, like this thing is actually doing some work here and there. It's not like it's actually like pretty solid. Is it like the best card ever? Probably not, but you know, it's
It's
not too
definitely
shabby.
good at like slowing fire decks down
Yeah.
where like their early turns they can basically get like one floating memory a turn.
Mhm.
So if you stop them on their level 1, you can make them like force them into some really uncomfortable positions.
Yeah. So we saw a Spurn on the Scepter there,
Yep.
and then the Chilling Touch from memory. Kind of lucked out maybe on a good banish. DG in hand for Noel.
Yeah, we could see a Merlin as soon as next turn.
Yep.
Let's... Oh, he brought out the wrong champion.
What do we think about here? Okay.
So he does want to force up.
Yep. Spurn. Probably don't need that anymore, honestly.
Yeah, that is, I think, the best banish that he could have gotten from his under
Yeah.
or in his memory. So like the other cards, two fireballs, incarnate, sudden steel. His hand is representing a ton of burst damage.
Interested to see if Noel opts to just force three, or if he wants to wait a sec. I feel like he might be in a position where he can just hang on. See if Rav wants to chuck anything in the bin. Eat it.
Yeah, he does have that Merlin, so
Yeah.
if Rav wants to level to two, that is a minimum of like three cards gone, more or less, which would basically put him in the same position as last game, right?
Yeah.
Where he got to level two and he essentially had like three or four
Yeah.
influence.
Actually, we've noticed that a lot about Diana decks is like if you're not playing a Fire Diana and you try to like reach three or try to even get anywhere close to three, you're so neg on cards in hand that like it feels frustrating to play from that point onwards. Like it's so hard to recoup your hand size after you even hit level three.
Oh, he thought about it.
Straight up swinging.
Yeah,
Nope. Okay, he's just okay, he shows the DG, so I assume that's committing and we're just gonna go, I guess.
keeps a very like balanced hand, like opts to potentially lose, and he does lose uh both sudden steals
Mm-hmm. Keeps the
and his
fireball though.
fireball. Yeah, but he was willing to lose one fireball there.
I think that's fine. If he lost the fireball, he would have kept the stun steal and like essentially like it's still a decent amount of damage either way.
Yep.
So we see the fracturize on
So
the sword.
that's the second factorize on the sword. Yep.
Honestly, from Rav's point of view, this seems frustrating as hell to play. Like you're how many turns in and we're still GCRing, still level one.
Yeah, I think from like a card perspective, his opponent will be on six influence next turn if he opts to go for the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So like no threat of incarnate yet. Fireballs aren't really doing a whole lot too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if he does have the Blanche,
Just put down the shield mate.
yeah, protect his life a little bit. I think the difference between like game one and now is that like he's the one on board,
Yeah.
and his opponent is definitely dead drawing on units a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think at this point last game he had two Flame Rune Swordsmans, like he saw three Hasty Messengers or
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I guess that's the turn. Man, that Sea Strike Diver has gotten in how much damage? Four so far? Not
Uh,
too bad.
Six damage I think. Like all the damage that he's gotten so far is from
Mm,
that diver.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Six. Yeah, it's been three turns. Frostborn killed the DG. DG Nefask here. That's kind of rough on off the top.
Yeah, his opponent is definitely dead drawing a little bit here. Yeah, level four Merlin. I think with the taunts, he's got the Blanch in hand already.
Hmm.
Should feel reasonably safe.
So that was two forced cards out of memory for banish to get to level two, and then we are bringing out Cascading Round. Interesting. This is the self mill bullet. And we'll lineage release for the gun. I assume it's Seekers? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I mean he's not playing dungeon guides at all, so any level up to three that he does do will be hard costed.
Oh wow, Rav's not playing. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the three academy guides in there,
Academies.
but I don't know how useful they've been for him so far.
Yeah, I feel like without a very consistent way, like Tony has to like keep it alive for at least one turn to get some value out of it, you're sometime, or I guess most of the time, going to be spending one card to keep it alive, which kind of breaks you even anyways in terms of influence when you want to level up to one at least.
Yeah, I mean, we did see that his opponent let it live in game
Mm,
one,
yeah,
but he opted to bring out the Scepter of Lumina instead.
yeah. So cascading round of shot, we milled a freezing round. Not too bad, floating memory.
Yep.
And then we'll fast here in response. Yep, we'll banish that. Drawn Blade. Draw an extra card for Merlin.
And draw for turn. Yeah, this is when the Merlin card generation starts to happen.
Mm-hmm. Does he want to do anything pre-rec? Let's see. Fireball for 6? I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's got 12 damage in his hand.
Yeah,
Rav does have the Blanche and the Frostbind, but like he's looking kind of low in cards, so I don't know how helpful the Blanche will be.
yeah. Interesting. So we're going to commit to a Fireball pre-rec here. So yeah, Merlin level 5, +1 on the Fireball, showing 6. And he opts to take it.
6. So
Spark
he,
off the top.
yeah, I mean, with the sword gone, he can legally cast Incarnate this turn, I think, for 6. But Rav does have the Frostbind.
Frostbite, yeah. I think Noel probably is going to guess that. We haven't seen a Frostbite at all this game, have we?
No,
Yeah.
debating about it. Like he's got two Resolutes, two Incarnates.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's for 5? Uh,
6. He tapped the Fractal.
oh, yeah. Thank you. And we'll show the
Yep,
Frostbind here. Yep.
with the Frostbind.
And that'll be Noel's turn. Banish a floating memory. We're bringing out. Oh no, we're not banishing floating memory yet. We're just. Oh, we're okay. We are.
Oh,
We're
he
just gonna
is.
level 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're gonna take one. Song of Frost. Honestly, not too bad against Merlin. Swing in.
That, that diver
Anathema's
is getting
End.
in there.
Dude, that diver's value. My god. So Anathema's new Alch card. So here's the interesting thing, right? Like Diana generates 2 Creeping Torments. I think you can order the Anathema's End to happen after the curses get applied. I believe is the
Hmm.
rule. Yeah.
Yeah. Got the rifle.
And this
Yeah.
is
The
for what? One, two, three, four, five, four damage, I believe. If
Yep.
yep,
Needs 4.
he chooses the opposite of Resolute, blocks 3, still is going to take 2 Creeping Torments, and then I think yeah he's going to order the banish from Anathemas to deal an extra 4, or no, deal 1.
It's only one creeping torment, I think.
Yeah. Oh wait,
So.
Creeping Torment's unpreventable though.
Oh yeah, I meant like there's only one curse in there
Oh, I
for
see what you mean.
anathemas to
Yeah, yeah,
finish.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like 3 anathemas.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have the Shadows Twin yet for the double hit.
Terraforming 22. Okay, so
We're just gonna. Yeah, this one's a safe cast here.
yep, incarnate for 5. Protects himself a little bit more.
Now I think now it's gonna look a little rough for Rav. I don't
Yeah.
I don't think Rav runs like Demon Aim or anything to get around this thing.
Nope, I don't think he does.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if there's anything in his deck that can get around this.
Uh,
Interesting. Are we? Oh, okay.
yeah, I think there's a little bit of an issue with TTS,
Yeah.
where it's showing a crystal instead of the plated bullet. If you hover over the crystal of empowerment that it was showing, it did say plated bullet.
Oh, did
So
it? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Rav is smart enough to not put a empowered crystal. As good of a card as it is, I don't think it belongs in
it's
his
it's
deck.
tier two on the watch list, you know. Yeah, I definitely wonder against Merlin if like just banishing, jettisoning that curse immediately was like better, or maybe potentially trying to like get value out of it.
hmm
Because like while Merlin will trigger it on its own every other turn, there's nothing to say that like the Merlin can't trigger it like on their other turns, so it
Yeah.
does stop them from drawing more than one card.
Yeah.
Uh, you top deck the second Creeping Torment here.
Yeah.
So if you had two curses, he would be taking four, and triggering it twice would mean that Noah would lose.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the second draw for the turn. Just
Yeah,
remembering that he needs to take two for that. um, Swinging in here with a spirit. Why not? And we'll pop the crystal. Looks like we're going to try to fireball here, probably. Yeah. And Diana's got, what, 25? So
yeah.
spark for 3. We're going to play the Blanche.
Uh,
Or no.
doesn't
Wait.
it cost two? Oh yeah,
GG. Yep.
I think he's conceding here.
Yeah, that was a concession. Yeah. I don't know. Not too much to like derive from that game. I think Rab honestly just had an awful hand round 1.
Hmm.
Nothing really much he could do there. GG dear. Yeah, I think that's the problem with this one deck, like especially against Merlin. Like if you don't ramps like um, I guess cleanly enough, I don't know how you have enough cards in hand to deal with all the potential options Merlin has.
Yeah, I think like in a sense, both decks are kind to trying to like kind of race, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're Diana and you generate your curses early enough on the Merlin, like
Mm,
the Merlin will be taking a lot of damage every other turn.
mm,
Um, whereas like at this point, the Merlin got to go to level 3 first. They were already like 2 level counters on them by the time that the Diana actually started generating their curses.
mm.
And while the Diver, I think, got like honestly like an unethical amount of value based on like banishing the floating memory. The Merlin lost the Ghost of Pendragon off that, and then I think the Diver ended up attacking for like 14 damage or something that game.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely ridiculous
yeah,
number.
that diver just I mean it was on the board at the end of the game. It literally stuck and then just stayed stuck for the entire round.
Yeah, I think well, can't really say it's an issue because he didn't really have the opportunity, but
Yeah.
the Diana like being a little bit slow to level there definitely impacted like how much the curses could affect the game.
Yeah, and I wonder if Academy Guide is the wrong guide in Diana's. I personally think it is. I've tried both variants and I don't see myself ever picking um Academy Guide over DG.
Yeah, I think like the first game basically seeing Academy Guide as your only ally was like incredibly rough, right?
Yeah.
You played one, and then after that, like it just got removed immediately played another one, same story, and
Yeah.
then had to force level up and basically had no cards.
Yeah.
Game two, like didn't really see one, and as a result of not having Dungeon Guide at all, like a turn late to level up to three.
Yeah. I feel like there were definitely a couple turns in that like weird lull phase when you're level 1, level 2 and like you want to get to 3, but there's just no efficient way to get it done.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, I guess Merlin still pretty good even with
GG's the FTC deck
basically
taking
yeah,
it.
even with minimal changes. But it's good to see like kind of like the reigning champ deck, I guess you can call it, against some of the newer stuff. But I think give Alk a couple weeks. We'll see what happens next week at Ontario. See if people are saving their actual Alk decks for the big tournament next week.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like the decks from ALC like have some sort of like way to play the game that they want to play.
Hmm.
Like, you know, it's not like they're releasing a bunch of bad cards,
Yeah,
and they do definitely seem like impactful with the new like advanced elements that they do have.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting to see.